Reims Gueux, one of the fastest racing circuits on the Formula 1 calendar. Situated just 150 miles south from Spa-Francorchamps, where we were last week, Reims Gueux boasts 2 mile-long straights and fast sweeping corners. Welcome along everybody to the French Grand Prix, the true home of Formula 1. Heading into this race, the current championship contenders are tied on points at the top of the standings, with Kimi Raikkonen grabbing the win after a battle with Sebastian Vettel and Jack Palmer failing to score points after an accident on the second lap of last week's Belgian Grand Prix. The result at Spa leaves Kimi Raikkonen on pole position for today's race, with Sebastian Vettel just behind him in second. Alberto Ascari continues his good start to the season and starts third. Ayrton Senna starts his highest ever starting position in this series with 6th and could potentially score points for the first time today. Juan Manuel Fangio starts 8th, with Jackie Stewart starting in 9th. The Frenchman Alain Prost starts in 11th for his home Grand Prix, and he'll be hopeful of a good result today. Championship leader Jack Palmer starts 15th and will be praying that his performance last season does not repeat itself here. Michael Schumacher has had an awful start to the season and will have to improve if he really doesn't want to be removed from the grid for next season. He starts 17th. Last season's French Grand Prix winner Fernando Alonso starts 18th, and right at the back is the Austrian Niki Lauda. Lauda will be extremely disappointed with himself, as of course he is an early pace setter this season and currently sits in 5th with 9 points in the championship. At the top it is Palmer and Raikkonen tied with 18 points, and Vettel and Ascari tied at 3rd and 4th with 10 points. 4 different drivers can take the lead in the championship today, so the season is already starting to hot up. But the weather looks miserable for the race, so it'll be even more tricky on an already difficult circuit. We have 9 laps to complete here at Reims Gueux, so let's head to the grid for the 1954 French Grand Prix. Welcome to the grid, everybody, and I've been looking forward to this race all week, to be honest. But then I remembered, hang on a minute, it's raining, wasn't it? So I checked on Wikipedia, I had a look at the 1954 French Grand Prix, and yeah, it was raining. So that's made my task of trying to get back into the points even more trickier. I don't even think I've started this far back before this race. Obviously I started 15th here, I've got Graham Hill over there, and I've got Max Verstappen right there, and also got Michael Schumacher behind me, so no pressure. That's Nigel Mansell in the other red car in front of me. But yeah, here we are at Reims Gueux, or Reims. Apparently, well, not apparently, but if you manage to get here in real life, you'll still be able to visit the pits, pit buildings and grandstands. The track still exists, but no longer used for racing, and it hasn't since the 1970s. So it's a long lost track, and this area has seen plenty of history over the years. It saw battles in the First and Second World War. The armistice was, the surrender of the German Wehrmacht was received in Reims, and obviously racing history saw some absolutely spectacular races here over the years. And before we get to the racing, we'll just mention I stayed up till, when was it? About 2:30, 3 o'clock this morning. So I've had very little sleep. Basically, I stayed up for 2.5 hours later or would normally, because I was watching the new All Quiet on the Western Front on Netflix, and it's well worth it. It's a fantastic film. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. That isn't a advice. That's a demand. You have to watch it. Watch this video and then go and watch that. One of the best war films I've ever seen. Well, not ever, but one of the best war films in recent times, definitely. Better than 1917. But yeah, here we are on the grid. And I don't think I've started this far back before at this track. So this is going to be interesting. And obviously, if you were watching last season, 1950, this race really didn't go well for me. And went off 3 or 4 times. And yeah, didn't score any points. And Fernando Alonso won his first race by a hair's width in front of Emerson Fittipaldi, who starts 5th. And that's the starting grid if you didn't see it in the intro. Also trying out a new style of intro as well, based on Murray Walker and his intros for BBC Sport back in the day. So kind of taking inspiration from him to do it like that. Anyways, enough talking. I'll do my talking with my driving, I'm sure. So, we've got 9 laps in the rain at the fastest track on the calendar, Reims Gueux. So let's get the French Grand Prix underway. Okay. Wait for the lights. Here they go, the lights are going. Wait for it to go. And we're off. Getting all kinds of wheel spin. The car feels like it really doesn't want to move. Remember, no traction control on this thing. I'm gonna keep behind Nigel Mansell here. So fast here. The AI like to brake in. There's already someone off in the distance. Not sure who that is. And look at all the sprays coming off the cars in front. I think this is Michael Schumacher, as these other cars get very slow. Immediately I'm slamming on the brakes just to avoid any kind of accident. Because it was here that went off twice, so hopefully I've learnt my lesson. He hasn't. He's gone straight off. I don't know who that is. You stay in your lane, boy. I've no idea what my position is. It's somewhat of a chaotic first lap. Someone else has gone off as well. You can just see all the dust. And he's into the cornfield. It's one of the classic team drivers, so a driver from the 50s and 60s. Could be Jim Clark, as he starts 4th for today's race. And it was Alberto Ascari. That's a surprise. He finished 3rd in the standings last season. And he started 3rd in this race. He could have gone top of the championship with a win today, but unfortunately Alberto Ascari is out of the race. We start this first mile-long straight. It's about a mile, 1.2 mile long, and this is now a motorway. If you visit the track now, this is now forms part of the French motorway network, and we can already see we're already quite far away from the leaders. It looks like it's Raikkonen and Vettel again side by side. I can just about see them. Not so sure if you can see them, but you can also see the ballast that I have. It's incredibly slow, as I've already lost position there. Slam on the brake because this. So I've got to use. Car tried to get away from me there. Well, yeah, like I said, guys, I've got a ballast on because even with the AI strength set to about 99, it was just simply too easy. So I've put myself a ballast on just to make it a little bit harder. I'm gonna get behind this guy, try to get some slipstream. So we're currently in P13, so we've gained 2 positions. That's Nigel Mansell in front. That's Graham Hill. No, it's not. That's someone else. We'll try to use. Oh, we've gone onto the grass. Yep, just get in front of you, boy. See, the slightest touch of the grass and that's it, game over. But I'm not panicking too much because that wasn't too bad. We just lost a couple of positions on the way though. We need to really push ourselves. So it's on that first right hand turn, that's where I can really sort of gain an advantage, because the other drivers like to brake there and I don't. Obviously it kind of depends on what the other cars do, as can't remember who was in front of me, didn't actually know, but because he braked, kind of ruined my, I was aiming for that gap and he moved in front of it, so I had to sort of move to the left slightly, which put me into the grass. So it's been somewhat of a chaotic race so far. We're already on to lap 2. We're about halfway through lap 2 already, so we've still got a long way to go. So all the races that we do, if you're new to this series, will be 25 minutes to half an hour long. So when we get to places like the Nürburgring, there'll only be 2 laps, maybe 3. And we're going through selected seasons. We're not doing every season in Formula 1. I think that would just be absolutely crazy. But yeah, selected. I think I'm aiming for minimum 4 each decade. Because I love Formula 1 and I love vintage Formula 1. Especially the 60s. Look out for another video during the week. We'll be driving a Ferrari 31267. It'll be an absolutely beautiful car. Now I think I'm about 16th. Maybe 17th. Don't know if anyone else has gone out. But that's kind of, since I'm kind of at a disadvantage here, that's kind of what I've got to hope for. If I look at the pits, yeah, there's 1 car out. So I'm P16. Got Lauda in front of Verstappen, who's a second and a half behind me. So full throttle, here we go.
Parked in it.
It's my wheel clicking there as it struggles to cope with G-forces. I am worried that my wheel is going to break at some point. It doesn't feel nice. It doesn't feel like it used to. So I'm hoping it doesn't break anytime soon. I saw someone go off just before I came into that corner though. But remember, it's a point for the fastest lap as well. There's someone else off again over there. This is Niki Lauda. I saw a good film actually about Niki Lauda during the week, and there's 2 cars off over there. That's quite a big accident. Hello. Oi. That's an unsafe rejoin there. But luckily, no one hurt. Get Jimmy Broadbent on the scene. Whose fault was that? But that was quite a big accident. I don't know who else went out there, or if anyone. Let's try and keep in the slipstream of whoever this is. Could be Mansell, could be Prost, could be anyone. It's one of my teammates. So, a driver from the 70s or 80s is in front of me here. Oh, this has been a good race so far. I've enjoyed it, but I can only, well, I can't. The leaders are miles away. They're already at the hairpin in this straight. Oh god, didn't even see him coming. Couldn't even hear him. So I'm just going to keep in this lane. So if anyone wants to overtake me, but I think that was Max Verstappen or the other car that went off with the red car in front. But you can already see on this high speed track, my car is at a huge disadvantage because it's reduced speed, and where it's really better is up the corners. Am I in this guy's slipstream? Am I? I can't see who that is. There's a car there, there's 2 cars there. And I can't really see because of the rain. So there's Verstappen still behind me. Senna is in front of me. Senna who could have got points today. Oh, this is dangerous. Not here, not here. So Ayrton Senna could have got points today. Unfortunately won't. There's another car out there. Seems like they're really struggling with the rain. That's what the classic team members are. Well, he's not out, but he's gone off the track. But Senna started 6th. He's now just in front of me. I didn't actually see what my position was. But here he is. Just trying to scare him. He moves across. I was going to go for the left of him, which we are attempting now. And that is Senna taking care of. Oh, sorry, bud, sorry. It's the rain. Okay, let's try and keep in these guys slipstream. Otherwise we're going to be left in the dark. But that blue car has been very erratic. He seems to be really eager to get past whoever. I'm going to try and stay in the middle to try and prevent any kind of overtake. But I feel like I might be in the slipstream. I think I can hear the wind rushing down. The one thing I really want with this rain effects is my vision to also be obscured by rain. So, like you would do if you were wearing a helmet and your visor would be covered in water. Bloody hell. This has been intense. Here comes Senna. No, you don't. I forbid it. Oh, a good exit. And my gearbox didn't poo itself for once. Can't see. Right. Let's see if we can catch up to Senna. We should be in the slipstream now, surely. Yeah, we're gaining on and gaining. Gaining, slowly, gaining, losing. Come on! Oh, you stupid car. Right, this is where I'm going to get the overtake done. You watch this, everyone. This thing's the inside. Ooh, I'm so scared. I'm scared. I'm not scared. Heroic. That's what I am. Overtaking Senna. I didn't look at the pit board again. But in the edit, I'll put it up. This has definitely been the best race of the season. At least I could actually take part in it this time, unlike last week. Obviously my retirement led me to just have to watch the rest of the race and commentate over it like the true Murray Walker wannabe. What's going on? That I am. See, for that I just sat in the pits, because if I knew if I exited the game whilst the race would continue, I wouldn't be able to actually watch it back. So I had to just sit there in the pits with my VR headset on, just wait until the rest of the field finished the race, and then once they finished, closed the game, well, the race, and then when I did that, made a cup of tea, came back, and then played the replay and then commentated over that, but didn't have any knowledge of who was going to win. So that's how I do it, but hopefully we'll have to do it this time. It's so far so good. Got 4 laps remaining. I have no idea what my position is. I have no idea what the Brighton game. We were, just as I started recording, we were leading Chelsea 3-1. It's a nice little stop. Can't see it on behind me. Oh, come on, why do you keep doing that? See, this game does look really nice in the rain. It's weird how in Assetto Corsa rain is not a normal thing. Someone's had to make this in their own time. And yeah, it's just crazy. Right, let's just take a look at the pit board. So currently P13, I thought I was a lot higher, but got Senna 3 seconds behind. Michael Schumacher's actually having a decent race. He's in P12, although 3.5 seconds in front. But we might gain a little bit of an advantage here. Someone's gone off. It's a red car, possibly Nigel Mansell or Alain Prost. No. For a second there I had flashbacks to last year's French Grand Prix. Because that's what happened. I came into that corner, braked, dropped down a gear, my gearbox seized up, and just went straight on. Go for a whistle. Did we do it? We did. What a nice little overtake that was. Stop. Crikey, made another overtake. What's going on here? Well, certainly already, I'm not going to jinx it, or at least I hope not to, but it's gone a lot better than last year's race. We'll try and stay in the middle because normally I'll be basically picking a lane. But if I think like a true knowledgeable git, I know the AI won't try and overtake me if I'm basically occupying the middle here. So watch this guy. Here he comes, I'm keeping the middle, look, he's backing off, he doesn't want to get past me. Doesn't want to go past me. See? I'm tricking the game so I can keep position, it's not cheating. Might deploy that tactic here as well. Because my exits on that corner are pretty nice compared to the rest of them. Right. Bit of fire hitting me in my thigh. Try and keep in the middle so again prevent any overtake and then just send it through the first corner where these two are in front of me. One of them is Fernando Alonso, there's a yellow flag as well, I don't know why. Schumi is behind me, Michael Schumacher is in the blue cars on my left, I've got someone else on my right, P11 at the moment, so far so good. I feel like that red car is going to go off any second. No? Yep, there you go, touch the grass. You won't see me doing it. Oh, 2 laps to go. I actually don't want this to end. I'm actually enjoying this race a huge amount. Remember next week we've got the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. And then the one that I'm really looking forward to after that is German Grand Prix. Fun fact if you didn't know, I'm actually part German. Yeah, my family, my mum's side originate from Germany. No idea where, but I know my great grandmother lived in Germany in the 20s and 30s. That's all I know. And she was born there as well. So that's technically my other home Grand Prix. And yeah, she fled Germany either just before the Nazis took over. Right. Can we catch up to this guy? This guy. Like it's nothing. Who are you? Let's deploy our defense tactics. Look at all that rain just flying off the windshield. It's absolutely mental how fast this thing gets. And we'll be staying at Reims for a while. Oh, okay. I must have just weaved off slightly. This gearbox really doesn't want to work today. Throughout all practice it was absolutely fine. Be interested to know who's won. I have absolutely no idea who's in the lead. I have really no idea. Cross the line, start the 8th lap. There's Alain Prost in front of me for his home Grand Prix and Fernando Alonso's behind me. Currently P10, so slap bang in the middle. So I've only gained 5 positions all race. That is not cooking. But judging by last year, a lot better than I expected. There's a huge gap, but in front of Alain Prost, there's like no one in front of him. There's one car, it's one of the modern drivers. Oh, the mac and cheese balls. That was close. But we managed to get past Alain Prost somehow. Totally unexpected. There's a huge group of about 6 cars in front. I just couldn't see them. There's me saying there's no one in front. But there actually is. And one of them's gone off and there's just rejoined the track in front of me. No idea who you are, but you did bad. With the amount of drivers that have gone off this race, I won't be surprised if the result is completely different. Well, the finishing positions are completely different from the starting positions. Normally they're kind of the same. I have a few, like a handful of drivers that have gone, gained a lot or lost a lot, but I think for this race the amount of cars I've seen go off, I haven't even seen what's going on at the front. It's just ridiculous. I'm really intrigued to see what the result is of this race. The 1954 French Grand Prix. We're going to have 6 different circuits for this race. We've got Reims Gueux, which we're here now. We've got Charade, we've got Juan, Leisar. Oi, didn't even hear you coming. Dijon Prenois, which I still like saying. One of my favourite French words. Manicourt and obviously Paul Ricard. So we've got a lot of tracks. 3 of them are extremely difficult. This one included. 1 of them's boring. And 2, the other 2 are just kind of meh. You can decide which ones. Oh yeah, I don't have a 5th gear. For God's sake. Next season we will. Okay, we crossed the line for the starting the final lap. Kimi Räikkönen is in front. Okay. So who's in the lead? Alain Prost is behind me. I'm currently P9. So ladies and gentlemen, the could-be championship leader is currently running P8 and is in front of me. What's happened? What has happened in this race? This has been the most mental race I've had in a long time. And so Kimi Räikkönen, my championship rival, currently tied with points at the top, is just chilling in front of me. He won last week, French Grand Prix. If you didn't know, if you didn't, go watch that video now. Well, not now. But you should have really watched it before watching this one. Hello, Kimmy. This is me. Such a wonderful track it really is. One of my favourite 60s, 50s tracks to drive. It is just so fast. And it's a joy to race on. I don't think I've ever had a dull race here. I will miss it when it comes to a time where we use it for the last. I don't think we'll be able to catch up to Kimi until the end of the race, which is probably about a minute away. I think the leaders are already approaching the end as they're on the last whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about, forget it. The race is about to end. Kimi, don't look up your brakes. I wonder who's in front of him there. Is that Fattinger? Possibly. So we're going to have a surprise winner, I think. Maybe Vettel, maybe Clark. That'd be nice. It's not going to be Senna. Senna's dropped down. He's had an awful race, and so has Kimi Räikkönen. We're about to find out. Obviously, you guys know because of editing. I want my position desperately. We're about to cross the line now. And there we go. That's the race done. What a race that was. P9's our finishing position. That's Michael Schumacher there. He finishes just behind me in P10. That's probably his best race that he's ever done. Wow, guys, that was insane. I've got to be honest. That was probably one of the best races I've ever done, especially in historic F1 series. Concerns. Last year we had the wonderful Italian Grand Prix, which was just fantastic. So far, race of the season, this one. That was great, and I hope you enjoyed. And so, before I get back to the pits, well, as I'm driving back to the pits now, let's have a look at the results. Who's won it, and what does that mean for the championship? Let's have a look. Well, guys, what an absolutely mental race that was. Probably one of the most craziest races I've ever taken part in. So much was happening all at the same time. It was crazy. I could barely keep up. And now I've looked at the results and I can see exactly what's happened. So Sebastian Vettel is the French Grand Prix winner, his first win in the historic F1 series, and just behind him Lewis Hamilton in P2, his best ever result in the historic F1 series. Emerson Fittipaldi also finished on the podium. He finished in third, and Fangio and Clark in fourth and fifth, and both had a pretty much a side-by-side battle throughout the entire race. And it's also worth mentioning, because I had to watch the replay to clarify the result, because it all looked weird for me when it popped up after finishing the race. They said that Raikkonen had retired and stuff like that, so I had to watch the replay to double check, and it was wrong. So and basically, yeah, there were so many things happening that the replays might take a while to actually make, or record, shall I say. Rosberg in 6th, and who's that? Jackie Stewart in 7th. So him and Rosberg still having a bit of a battle, and Kimi Raikkonen obviously in P8. So a horrible race for him. It seems like all of the leaders, the championship leaders, apart from Vettel, had a really, really poor race. Of course, Alberto Ascari retired and he finishes dead last. And if you look there, Ayrton Senna, P13, terrible race for him. It'll be interesting to see what happens to him. And Mark Schumacher's best result so far, I believe, in P10. And there's me saying at the start of the video that, yeah, poor, but really good. And Max Verstappen, of course, in P19. Graham Hill's poor start to the season continues as he could only manage P18. So a really, really game-changing race there for the season. Wow, just incredible. And probably, like I said, I've said it before, but the best race of the season. Probably the whole historic F1 series entirely. There's so much happened. And in a few moments I'm going to take my time to watch all the replays to make sure to get all the big moments for you guys. And yeah, so let's have a little look at the standings in the championship, what this all means for the championship. Let's have a little look. And as we can see there, we have a new championship leader. Sebastian Vettel now has 19 points to his name, as he gained an extra point from obviously gaining the fastest lap, and now he takes the lead, and he only leads the championship by 1 point. But this is setting up to be quite the spectacle, as we now have the top 3 drivers separated by 1 point. So yeah, so Sebastian Vettel now the championship leader. We have Jack Palmer now down to 2nd, and Kimi Raikkonen now down to 3rd, both still on 18 points. Both drivers still well, not managing to score any points to that race, and Alberto Ascari drops down to 4th despite his retirement. Still in a fairly good position. Probably won't be able to have another championship fight, but he might have enough to avoid the drop at the end of the season. So that's all he's got to look forward to, really. Lewis Hamilton scores his first points in the season. He now has 6, and so does Juan Manuel Fangio, who now has 3. So that was the French Grand Prix, everyone. Wow, what an entertaining race was that. And talking from Saturday, I actually look forward to editing this one and getting this one out to you. You don't want to... I don't know why I'm talking in future tense, past tense, whatever. Doesn't matter. So I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, if you did enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you like. I don't really mind. And obviously tune in next week where it will be the British Grand Prix at Silverstone, the old Silverstone of course, and that surely will be another cracker if this race is what was anything to go by. It's fantastic. It's really lifted my spirits. I was feeling a bit, a bit down this morning, but no, that's fantastic. And Reims Gueux certainly lived up to expectations. I think the rain made all the difference today, and obviously I struggled a bit. The car wasn't really feeling that great. Very slow on the straights, but made it up where the AI failed to do so, or should I say the other drivers. And yeah, but hopefully at Silverstone I can score some points. I did very well there last year, so hopefully I can do more of the same. Obviously me starting from P9, not ideal, still a lot of work to do, but it's a fast track, so I might be at a disadvantage. But there are some fast corners as well where the other drivers might want to slow down, but we'll see. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and stick around as well. Check out all the other historic F1 series videos as well. And until the next one, guys, I have a quite exciting and quite frankly terrifying video planned for midweek. So yeah, tune in, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care, and thanks for watching, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.